straight back into it.
The flood. It's spreading all over the city.
How do we contain it?
Find the crashed flood ship. Overload its engine core. We either destroy this city or risk losing the entire planet.
Do it.
Chief, make your way to the crash site.
Remember that comment we made back at the beginning about lowered stakes?
Yep.
Here we are, on Earth, where the Covenant have invaded, but then they left, so who cares about that? Now the Flood are here. Oh boy,
Now
a
the Flood are
single
here.
spore can overtake an entire planet, can kill a
Yep.
race to death. Bro.
Yep.
I wonder what we're gonna do about it.
Well, we're not going to glass all of Earth. So welcome back, by the way.
Oh yeah, that thing. We do a show. It's called Cooperative Conversations.
Yeah, you're in it. It's, It's a... You get the distant gunfire. Ooh, at least they're trying to establish mood, right? At least they're not just throwing them at us.
All squads, report! Multiple contacts. Unknown hostiles. There!
Unknown.
There! We're surrounded, Sergeant!
What could they possibly be?
It's
There's
just
no
like,
way to know.
at this point, the story has given up, right? Like,
Yes.
nobody cares anymore. Because this should be, oh no, the Flood are on Earth, drop everything else. We have to contain this. Every nation on Earth sends its best.
Fall back! Fall back!
But the problem with that is that we already have a big world-ending threat, which is the fact that the Halo rings are about to fire. So you can't give us two of them and expect us to care equally, because we know that one of them is going to be ignored, and narratively it's going to be fine.
Oh no, what are you talking about? Halo was always the series where they were going to give us a nihilistic bad end, right?
Yeah.
Because it's so gritty and realistic.
So this is where we see the Flood for the first time, and we can see what we talked about way back in Halo 1 Anniversary graphics video. Yeah, they're like red now instead of green.
Yeah, it's a change.
Look, a lot can happen in 10 minutes.
Right.
Between games.
Another thing, we probably
Took all
won't
their
stop.
shotguns. No, they're there.
No, I dropped it. We probably won't stop to call attention to it, but the Flood, much like in Halo 2, can transform enemies into Flood and friendlies as well. They have a much more elaborate animation now than they did in Halo 2.
Yeah, I'm watching it. It's... I don't know. I still wouldn't rate this game down. There's like no blood.
No, it's not particularly gory, but they put work into it, so they get points. Whoop. So yeah, single Flood spawn. You got dead bodies. Oh yeah, we have brute Flood now finally.
Oh yeah, that is the one of the two new enemy types they added to this game. Oh yeah, and the Overmind is talking to us throughout. So
Oh, are you sure it isn't the many? Or the
maybe it
great?
is the many. Oh no, I got beat up by the Flood.
Good thing I brought this.
The Flood are just as uninteresting to fight as ever. There's nothing to them. They run at you, and you have to kill them before they melee you twice. It's boring.
Yep. It's brainless. In
Just
the
like the
worst
Flood.
way, right? Because here's the thing. There's two different ways to skin that cat, right? You can make a brainless game that is fun. Earth Defense Force is fun, right?
Oh, sure.
But this is not, because the fun in Halo has already been cleanly established over 2 games by this point. Right? It's the 30-second gameplay loop of you versus Covenant, grenades, plasma projectiles, vehicle combat, the dynamic sandbox. I mean, it wasn't really in Halo 1. We discussed that at length, but you get the idea, right? By this point, we've hit our stride.
Yeah.
But no, we gotta bring the flood back.
No, we
because-
have to bring the flood back, and what do we do with them new? Well, nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, Cortana's here too.
Chief, I can't trust you. It's not safe. The grave mind, it knows how to bring us.
So how is she talking
Okay.
to us again? I still want to know that.
She knows the chief's Wi-Fi password, remember?
Oh, I guess so. It's I need a weapon 117.
It would be that. Or it'd be something like you know, a lead dark killer or something.
Yeah.
Dark Slayer. It'd be something edgy. I don't know.
Security
choose the-
password. What is your favorite color? Whatever color Cortana currently is.
They never could settle on one, could they? Did we
They
dump on
were
that
all
yet?
infected.
On video?
Remember when
Oh,
she
here
was
we go.
green that one time?
Hey, remember that thing from Halo 1?
I
Yeah.
can see it crawling, sliding around beneath their skin. Oh.
Is this just the same dialogue?
And then they got up.
Kinda.
Alright, we've heard it before then.
Oh
Alright.
God!
Wow, the shotgun sucks.
Yeah, the Halo 3 shotgun's terrible. So yeah, they never could, we haven't dragged it on video. Cortana's color changes throughout the series. She starts out being a very vibrant purple, and then becomes bluer and bluer as the game goes on.
Yeah, and then in Halo 1 she's green for a level
Now
for no
units,
reason.
take heed. This is the carrier, Shadow of Intent.
Good name.
Clear this sector while we deal with the flood.
Oh look, friendly elites, finally.
Oh, yeah.
Finally!
Remember, we're like... It's never established that we actually have a treaty with them or something, but we do. It's just kind of
Now-
accepted that, like, oh, yeah.
Because Johnson and Arbiter helped each other out in the end of Halo 2, right? So now
Yeah.
every human everywhere knows that the elites are friends now. And we don't have to, like, establish that at all. They just know.
You know, given that we just heard Shipmaster talk, he's probably, like, the highest ranking. Or we have the Arbiter right here, right? Maybe the Arbiter could be a character in this game and be like, I have established a treaty among these final days of the Civil War.
Well,
But that would be going into politics, and, you know, 14-year-olds who play Halo don't like politics.
No. No,
'Cause
they
this is
want
a game
politics
for-
out of their video
for young
games about
adults.
military industrial content conflict.
This is an M-rated game for young adults who don't like anything to do with, like, thinking or politics. Which is weird, because then they go and write a story that's dependent on those things.
Look, they just want to see a manly guy kill lots and lots and lots of, like, guilt-free enemy, right?
Yeah.
What's more guilt-free than a zombie?
Nazis.
I guess Nazis. I guess there's more guilt in a zombie than a Nazi, really, isn't there? Because, like, a zombie could be, like, a former relative or something.
Yeah, a zombie was always somebody who could have been a good person, but Nazis are just never good. Nothing about them is good.
But anyway, I guess that's why World War II shooters were so popular for a long time there.
Yeah, we should bring those back.
I would be in favor of that, but as long as they're not like Call of Duty World War II, where they're like super condescending and disingenuous. So anyway, space zombies. Where were politics? Right, Arbiter being a character.
Yeah,
So in
Arbiter, and
fairness,
there's a treaty with the elites now. Like, you could maybe argue it's out of necessity and they never planned on it, but then, like, why is the Arbiter here at all? Shouldn't he have had to clear that with someone, or at least let somebody know?
So, in the interest of being fair to the viewer, I'm playing as the Arbiter, the co-op partner, right? There are actually lines of dialogue the Arbiter has if you don't have someone playing as him, because he's like an NPC that follows you around. None of them contribute anything to the plot. None of
course
them
they don't.
explain anything or expound. Like, none of them expand on the lore or let you know what's happening or what happened between games. You should have read the graphic novel, I guess. Right? Because that's the thing, we're talking about how the games don't explain the treaty between the elites and the humans, and then there's someone watching this somewhere at some point screaming, but it was in the graphic novel!
You know, if they wanted me to read a graphic novel, they should have made it part of the video game.
Yeah, so here's the thing about that, right? You saying that we should have read the the expanded universe, the supplemental material. You're the person we're making fun of, right? And I don't know, you're probably a pretty cool guy, but the fact that you'll defend poor writing by saying, oh, but some other writer fixed it for them is
And not even
bad.
not even just poor writing, but like garbage
Chief,
tier
The
storytelling.
elites are looking for
Yeah.
something. We didn't believe them when they told us.
So, you know, people love to say, oh, there's the new enemy type, there it is.
Oh yeah. These guys are horrible. I hate them.
Yeah, they transform between bugs that shoot needles at you and juggernauts that punch you and kill you instantly.
And they have approximately all of the hit points.
Yeah. Because the Flood really needed a ranged tank enemy.
Yeah. The Flood, whose entire thing was being, you know, melee unless they had a scavenged weapon, needed a way to shoot without a weapon. And it's like, again, you know, isn't that exactly what we're asking for? Well, we were asking for more variety. I didn't want bad.
I mean, the melee version of the Juggernaut's not a terrible idea, but it's still not great. At least the needles they shoot are projectiles.
Yeah, super fast projectiles.
Oh, dude, hang on. Hop off the turret. We get to do the thing here.
Oh,
we
yeah, we
didn't
get
do
to
it
take-
last time, yeah.
So this game was released on a console, which means that you couldn't move yourself very quickly. But now you can, because we're using the superior input method, a mouse.
Also, this.
I'll be honest, it's a little funnier as the chief.
Yeah, alright, well, I'll get a look at you and I'll clip it so we can...
Look at these squats. Yeah.
That stance.
Work those glutes, chief.
Oh, it's perfect. Alright,
Alright, I'm taking
well,
this.
take it.
So, they give us a new enemy, and like, yep, it's a new one, but one, it fills a role that already existed, right? As like, oh, the Flood have a ranged option. Okay, they always did, when they had a gun. Oh, but now there's a big, like, brutish Flood that can punch you. Well, isn't that what the brute Flood were for? So, congratulations, you've accomplished literally nothing.
You know what I think would have made for interesting gameplay with the Flood, considering that they're all about melee?
What's that?
Area denial. An enemy that spits acid blobs or something.
Yeah.
It would have made it... At least you'd have to think about where you're physically standing when you're fighting them, you know?
Yeah,
Rather
but then
than
given how bad Bungie is at actually putting these levels together, do you really expect that there wouldn't have been a multitude of hallways where just like 3 of those guys were at the other end?
Oh, there totally would have been. There absolutely would have been, and it would have sucked. It would have sucked the big one. So yeah, the Punch Flood, the Juggernauts are the Flood's answer to the Hunter, basically. But then they
Yeah.
transform into the Needle Flood, and it sucks. So.
They're resistant to every weapon, you can't melee them. All you can really hope for is just to have enough ammo.
They're
And
actually
not-
easier to kill when they're in the needle form, because they stand still.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can actually kill them while they're transforming either. Which is...
Yeah, I think they get iframes.
Because, you know, that's... Oh, sorry, I shot you in the back of the head a
They
little
leveled
there.
up their adaptability enough.
See, it's all tying back together. Oh, jeez. You have perished.
They have. Now I'm back. Thank you.
Later on, they give you better weapons for dealing with the Flood, like the flamethrower and the fire grenades.
Well, they
But
give
by
you
that
the
point,
flamethrower once.
yeah. But the thing is
I
that
think
by
there
the
was
time
one
you
in
get
this
those,
level, actually.
by the time you get those weapons, the level design is such that like they don't help even a little.
Yeah. Well, you know, surely We've come all this way through another level that we just did last time, literally the exact same level. Well, surely it's going to open up to somewhere new. It's going to be really
Well, it's a
cool.
crashed ship version now.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah, now we're going to...
there's debris.
Like, going through this little bit of the last level, okay, that's fine if we're going to do something cool like this crashed ship. We've been on a Covenant ship before, but let's see what it looks like all, you know, floodified. I bet it looks a lot like...
Gooier.
gooier. I bet it looks a lot like the Rickenbacker.
The many hold sway here. Even I cannot maintain contact. You are on your own, human.
Fail me not.
We welcome you to our biomass. We invite
You to spread yourself out on our warmth.
one of our many will be there to help you before long.
Oh, wow, it does.
Do not be.
Oh, great, there's another one now.
I am peace.
Oh
I
god, this
am
one causes
salvation.
motion sickness.
Yep,
So-
we just needed more of it.
So you brought up the Rickenbacker, I mentioned the many. We did that because we knew this was coming. Welcome to the Rickenbacker.
Yup. But it's cool, right? We get to see a real clash of styles here in our...
there's these thingies which you can shoot, they pop, and look,
maybe
blood
don't
boys
shoot them.
come out of them.
Yeah, head
Oh,
crabs.
I got a show, right?
Well,
Like,
yeah, I just, like, don't make a habit of it, right?
Yeah.
It's
So
not-
the reason I'm showing that is because I want the viewer to understand this area actively punishes you if you like miss, which, you know, that's an interesting idea. The way it punishes you is awful, really awful. On lower difficulties, I don't think these drop enemies at all.
Chorus, join your voice with mine, and sing victory everlasting.
yeah, speaking of the many,
The many sings to us.
The harmony is
Disturbed.
not part of the harmony.
Your
Song
song
is not ours.
is
Is undisturbed. Our song is
diminished.
we even
weren't
get a
kidding.
little bit of the like, the many versus Shodan. Like, why do you resist us? What could the Machine Mother offer you that we cannot?
How can you choose cold metal over the splendor of flesh? But you fear us,
We hear your thoughts, and they rage for your brothers you believe dead.
but they are not.
They sing in our symphony of life.
Well, hold E to retrieve Cortana. Now remember, we put her in here by holding our hand out and teleporting her into this computer system.
Chief,
Cortana?
High Charity, the Prophet's holy city is on...
Cortana.
Reclaimer.
Sick of this guy.
I must
Already?
act quickly before your construct suffers any further
Wait.
trauma.
Leave her alone.
If we do not take this device to a safe location, somewhere I can make repairs.
On Halo, you tried to kill Cortana. You tried to kill me.
Protocol dictated my response. She had the activation index, and you were going to destroy my installation. You did destroy my installation. Now I have only one function, to help you, Reclaimer, as I always should have done.
He is very quick to trust.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they're glassing around where the ship landed, I guess.
Yeah, that's one way to solve
Oracle.
it. Wait a second. Who are those over?
Jeremy!
Yeah, first of all, Jeremy, but it's some human people we know. What the fuck are they doing on the ship?
One of our technicians.
That will not be necessary.
Chief.
Success!
High Charity, the Prophet's holy city is on its way to Earth, with an army of Flood. I can't tell you everything. It's not safe. The Gravemind, it knows I'm in the system.
It's just a message.
Let it play.
But it doesn't know about the portal, where it leads. On the other side, there's a solution, a way to stop the Flood, without firing the remaining Halo rings. Hurry, Chief. The Ark. There isn't much time.
I'm sorry.
No matter, Oracle. We've heard enough. Our fight is through the portal. With the brutes and the bastard truth.
Fine. We'll remain here. Hold out as long as we can.
Did you not hear? Your world is doomed. A Flood army, a Gravemind, has you in its sights. You barely survived a small contamination.
And you, shipmaster, just glassed half a continent. Maybe the Flood isn't all I should be worried about.
One single Flood spore can destroy a species. Were it not for the Arbiter's Council, I would have glassed your entire planet.
Sir, with respect,
So wait, they talked?
Cortana has
Would have been
a
nice to see that, given
Cortana?
that the Arbiter's a main
Did
character.
you see her condition? How damaged she is?
How the fuck did they get on the
She
ship?
could be corrupted for all we know.
What
Her
is
solution
Hood
could be a
and
Flood
Keys
trap.
doing? What are
We
they
should
doing
go
here?
through the portal.
Lord
Find
Hood
out for
especially
sure.
should not
What
be on
we
this
should
ship.
do, Commander,
Especially
is
if he has
understand
any doubts
clearly
about the elite,
that this
like,
is humanity's final
you
stand.
know, allegiance.
Here, at Earth, we risk everything. Every last man, woman, and child. If we stand our ground, we might just have a chance.
No. If your construct is wrong, then the Flood is already won.
I'll find Cortana's solution. And I'll bring it back.
Earth is all we have left. You trust Cortana that much?
Sir. Yes, sir.
This is either the best decision you've ever made or the worst. Hell of it is, Chief. I doubt I'll live long enough to find out which.
Very rude of Hood to leave without addressing the captain.
Look, they painted their ships green so they matched their new army buddies. How did they do that so fast? So, while there's nothing happening, I'd like to bring something up. Remember at the end of Halo 2, where Cortana is like, leave me here so I can blow up High Charity if it tries to do anything? Hey, Cortana, it's leaving for Earth. You want to maybe fucking blow it up?
Well, you see,
Inattentive piece of shit.
She had to access the engines remotely because she was in High Charity and not the frigate. So, she couldn't.
No, the whole point, I know that's what we talked about, like, it's still remote detonation, but, like, her whole thing about staying on the ship was so that she could blow up the... What was it in that one? In Amber Clad?
Yeah, that
And
one.
now she didn't? Like, that's just not a thing that we're gonna take into account?
You can't expect the writers to remember things between games. Anyway, see you in the next one.
I hate this game.